Good morning. This is 3333 Lightworker coming to you to provide a good uh, ups and down kind of a mixed bag of lows and highs this coming last week of January into the first few days of February. Okay, so what we should do initially is to cleanse our bodies with either a salt bath in the shower uh, or grounding ourselves. That means meditating by yourself and grounding your whole body into the earth's core, and then allowing and aligning each of your chakras and cleansing them out. I visualize using a white cloth, or you can also, some people, I've taught others to use like an eraser, like the old fashioned kind that you used to have at school. Use an eraser to clean out each of your chakras, and then just meditate for a few minutes and align yourself with as above, so below. Okay, so as we go into this first week of the highs and the lows, we'll get a few lows in the beginning of the week, and then we'll experience some highs, which means things could be going in our way, more positive attitude and more prosperity, also maybe some possible new jobs and things like that. Um, but like I said, excuse me, we first need to let go of old patterns or old ways of thinking. Okay, our conscious and our unconscious ways of viewing the world, and a lot of us are set in our ways. Most anybody in their 20s to 30s, or they could also be in their 60s to 80s. We all need to let go of past things that we've learned either through experiences at work or our family members or even relationships. It's okay to agree to disagree, but you have to, also say, I acknowledge what you're thinking, but please do the same for me. And I'm thinking this way. And hopefully, the two or four, or even if it's an entire family, you all come together and realize that it's okay to disagree. You don't need to hate each other. You don't need to bring on all this negativity or withheld, anything from a family member. It's okay. Okay. So, also, I want to make sure that everybody is aware of the new moon. I believe it's on the 29th of January, so it's coming up really quick, and plus all of the planets that are aligning into a row, and there's a slew of them: Neptune, Mercury, Venus, Saturn. They're all aligning into whatever, and you might in previous week really felt like you're tired, like extremely tired, and all you want to do is curl up in bed and stay warm and take notes, not take notes, take naps, and or watch videos. You don't want to deal with the world because of all the recent political ups and downs, and everybody's arguing, and then there's also other people or other video people trying to cause fear in each and every one of us, and so we don't know what we're all going to be doing, and things like that's just fear mongering. Okay, they get a thrill out of that, and they probably get a few more subscribers or clicks or whatever, but just know it's just that'll all tone down, okay, in February. So just be aware of that, okay. And you gotta know that you're on the right track. Each and every one of us, we all have a certain job and why we're here on earth. If we're having a bad experience, you know that you will get through it. It may take a little while, or take 24 hours, but you will get through it, and you will feel better, and you'll find a reasonable agreement with somebody else, or say like your rent, you can only pay $1,500 in your rent, and you still owe another $1,000. Yes, rent is very high in California is, or it could be in any other state. Whatever your rent or your mortgage is due. Maybe you have to pay insurance, for your home goods, so in case of fire, because if you live in California like I do, they anywhere you live, you have to have fire insurance in case of that, or even flood insurance, So you have to do those things and pay those to get those up and date because you just never know. And that's called protection. That's all it is. So it's better to be insured than not insured. Okay. So let's get started with our reading. Uh, and these are the cards that I've pulled for each and every one of us. Like I said before, I'm not one to bore anybody with shuffling of the cards or anything like that. So I do it prior to that. But this is the Five of Cups. Okay, it's a worry card. It's a card of we're thinking about our past disappointments and losses in life, and that relationship that started out very quickly, but then it fizzled as if what happened, that kind of thing. It's called, like, when those quick relationships, say it's online, and somebody responds to one of your uploads or whatever, and then you start emailing or yeah, emailing each other back, or texting or whatever, and then all of a sudden no contact, they've withdrawn, and you try to respond but they still don't call back. So you just need to let it go and say, well, that was a good lesson for me to learn. So it could be that kind of thing. Or jobs that you applied for a few months back and you never got an interview. So I always say rejection is protection. That means something better, much better, is coming for you. You just have to be patient and work towards your goals every day. Okay. Or even, if you've been feeling disappointed because you didn't get the interview or whatever, take a couple of days, cry your eyes out, go beat your pillow, or go to the gym and really wear yourself out or whatever. And know that something better is coming. Spirit always has our backs. We may not think it at the time, but I'm here to tell you, as one, I've learned from that, is to just surrender to what you cannot force into your life. You just surrender to it and pray, and then ask for God's guidance. And I usually get it within 3 days. So, but I'm a believer. Okay. And also, I would never force my beliefs of God and Jesus into anybody's life. I'm just a believer, and I know what works. I've been there, done that, So I'm just hoping that you just understand where I'm coming at. I don't force anybody to believe anything in life. I believe we have some still freedoms in life, and I'm just one of those people. But let me get back to the reading here. So you just have to focus on what you have right now and be grateful for that. And always, if you didn't get a coding job, or you didn't get an interview for working as an accountant in some business or whatever like that, that means something much better is coming along for you. And you just have to know that, and you keep on taking those jobs. I mean, not those jobs, but those classes to even further your education, so you can get those positions that you would love to have, that would make you happy, and also pay your bills. Isn't that lovely? I love that kind of thing. Now let's just ask Spirit for to be grateful for what we do have, and to guide us, and that's all we have to do. Now the second card is the Eight of Wands. Okay, that means that there's quick information coming in. It's sudden, it's sudden movement. It's fast paced developments. Maybe you hear from a friend you haven't talked to in a long time, and they have a job for you. But the only issue is that you have to relocate. Are you willing to take that job? Are you willing to relocate? Think things through before you decide. Know what you can and cannot do. And if you have to relocate, and they want you, the friend or the whatever wants you so badly, maybe they'll help pay for your relocation costs and things like that. So it's just one step at a time. Take it slow. Don't rush into anything. Consider your options before you do so. Okay. Now, here's the third card. Now, see what I mean about you might have negative, the first part of the week, but then you might have something positive. Here's the wheel. That means that progress, times are changing. Okay, this card here might arrive later in our weekly reading here, but its shift is definitely occurring. Trust the process and embrace the changes. And if you ever feel like life is unpredictable, it is, but that's okay. You just have to roll with the punches. And like I said at the beginning of the week, you might find that you're depressed and you just want to bury your head in your pillow, and that's great. But towards the middle of the week, or towards the end, you might get that email, or you might get a call, like I said, from your friend, and they go, "We have a job for you, and we need your expertise. We need it now. Are you willing?" And that's when you have to take a moment and think about your options. Are you happy staying buried in your pillow, or do you want to get up and actually participate in life and do the things that you must do? And once you get going, you'll find out that yes, your energetic is coming back, your positive attitude is here, and you're going to be feeling like your old self again. Okay, now here's another card we all have to watch out for. That's the King of Cups. This guy, he's a little bit more mature. What I've kind of meditated on, he's kind of mature. He has some gray in his hair. He's from your past, and he's having a hard time. Nothing is going right for him before. Now, I mean, he's just going through a rough time, and you're trying to move ahead in life. And he might call you or text you and prey on your sympathies, want you to help him, maybe give him some money, help him with this project or that, but not take any pay. I mean, he might be that kind of guy. So you might have two options, two jobs coming at you the same this week, and you have to make a decision. Now, this guy that I just showed with the King of Cups, he's got a toxic attitude. He might, prior to your relationship with him, in the past, he may have really demeaned you, talked down to you, made you feel less than, took your self-assurance away. He might have tricked you into doing things that you didn't sign up for, and that means on the job. But, he's somebody you're like, oh, do I really want to work with this guy again? I got out of that relationship, that job, whatever. Do I really want to take the time and take on his problems? And you have to, mull that over. That is up to you totally. I'm going to stay out of that decision right now. And so our next card is the World. Okay. Now I like this card. It's a major arcana card, and it's letting us know that the recent last cycle has come to a close, and we need to celebrate on how far we've come. That we didn't buy, spend all of our money and buy this, that, and the other, and it's something that we didn't need, that you're only using your money for the essentials right at this time and trying to put aside whatever. I mean, even if it's only $5, even if it's only $2, you're putting money aside and saving it for a rainy day sort of thing. So recognize with every ending, a new beginning starts. Okay, so we need to live and let go of things that, like I said previously, that didn't work out for us, but we've got a new positive attitude. February is starting. Okay, things will be calming down. And I pray about this all the time. I say, okay, enough with the fires, enough with the flooding back east, enough with the volcanoes erupting, And I sent an information or a post on what I think about negativity and how it affects Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. The world will, respond to all that pressure with how many millions of people live on this earth. So with that constant negativity and wars and pollution and things like that, it's gonna start letting us know that no, I'm fed up. Mother Gaia doesn't want to put up with that kind of stuff. So we all need to uh, be happy, be more positive, and if you see some trash on the ground, by heavens, just pick it up and throw it into the next trash. It doesn't take much of your time, and it's something free you can do, but you're helping the environment. Okay, so Spirit has our backs. Okay, and because we are trying to take on more of a positive attitude, you may be offered a leadership role. Okay, in a company that's been watching your uploads, has been watching you as you walk by their building maybe, and they just love your attitude and love the way you dress, and they how you take care of yourself, and that you're standing up straight, but nobody knows that you're going through a tough time. But you're not going to let that happen. You're not going to dwell on that, and people may start to stop you on the street and stare at you, or not stare at you, that, but I mean, they may stop you on the street and strike up a conversation, and the more they get to know you, they go, hey, have you ever thought about applying to our company? We've got an opening and blah blah blah. I'll send you the email, or where you can look at that, and then I'll tell my manager. So certain things like that may just pop into your life, and you need to take advantage of those, because those are the ones that Spirit has been sending our ways. Okay, so you just have to use your intuition and diplomacy on each and everything that happens this week. We all are grown adults, adults, and we need to start acting like it. We end of the whining times. Oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. I mean, we all have things that we don't have, but we should all be grateful for what we do have. We have our lives. We are standing. We are breathing. We can pay for, dinner, that sort of thing. We can pay our rent. We can pay groceries, things like that. We have to be grateful. Greed and control and manipulation isn't things that you should aspire to. You should aspire to be the best version of yourself that you can be on earth. And I'm telling you, because I've been there, done that, Spirit will have your back, and they are so happy that you've started to change your attitude, that you're changing your life, and that you're trying to be more positive, and they will reward you for it. Okay, so our next card here is the High Priestess. Let me see if I got that in there for you. High Priestess. Now, if you notice the pink coming up from her crown chakra, okay, that's she's meditating. She's suddenly got this Kundalini awakening in her body, something that you prayed for or asked for. The angels are giving you what you wish for. You've aligned your chakras, and now your Kundalini is awakening, and all of a sudden you have this new energetic vibe. You have this new desires for the opposite sex. It's like life is opening you up again, like a flower, if I can use that image right there. So you have to use your intuition, use your inner wisdom, okay? It will guide you, and trust your instincts, and pay close attention to the subtle synchronicities along in your life, and make wise decisions. So the High Priestess has been there, done that. She's well aware of what goes on in the world and what doesn't, and she's going to make decisions for herself. And sometimes she has to do that because like I say, like this, King of Cups, they may try to sway you into what they want for you, but that's not the wisest decision. The High Priestess knows that she has to make decisions for herself, okay? Because she only has one life in this world. We all have previous lifetimes that are there, but right now in this reality, you have one life. And as a High Priestess, she's been there and done that. She's experienced so many highs, so many lows, and she knows now to make decisions that affect her life for her purpose, for her betterment. Okay, so if you like these videos, or posts that I put up on the community page, please subscribe, like, and share. It helps my channel grow, and I've been working very hard on each and every time I upload things for y'all. So until next time, this is 3333 Lightworker, and God bless.